Hi, I'm Molly.
And I'm Emily.
And this is How Does She Do It, a Two Tired Moms podcast.
And today we are going to be talking about work-life balance.
Yes. So, Emily, how has the first couple weeks of school?
Oh gosh, I knew you were going to ask. It has been interesting, and I know like we were talking about this like before, but I think back to when we were talking about, I can't wait to get on a schedule.
Yep, you did say that in like the last
Now my body's like, F you, because this is not what we wanted.
I was just thinking that today we were sitting in the car picking up our kids, and Emily's like, so we podcasting today? And I'm like,
oh God,
we are.
All the things that are just piling up, you know?
Yeah. And honestly, today it was busy, like computer work busy, but it was nice and quiet. It just, gosh, it's exhausting when you're back in a schedule, you get up at 6 a.m. if not earlier and work out and get ready. And
there's like
things. So.
All these expectations, right? Like we talked about that on the last podcast, like expectations versus reality. But the expectation now is that you have to be up by a certain time. You have to have everybody ready by a certain time and be out the door and then go into work. And oh my God, it's just never ending.
Yeah. And
literally.
It's exhausting.
Yes.
I went to bed at 8:30. I read my book for like 15 minutes and I was out. And I do not go to bed.
You really don't. You tell me those.
11 o'clock at the earliest is when I go to sleep. But I was exhausted, and that was on a Sunday. So
yeah,
it's just been a long week. Last week was for sure. And now today is Monday, freaking Mondays. And we're back at it, and it's just only 2 weeks in, and it's still so exhausting.
I know. 2 weeks into school, we're already regretting all of our life decisions here. And why I thought getting in a routine was going to be fun, I don't know. They say it takes 6 weeks to create a habit, so I'm just waiting. For that
like happiness to set in.
Yes. Because I told myself last week was a whirlwind, right? Mm-hmm. School was starting up. We had some things happen between work and personal life. And so last week just sucked. And I was like, you know what? Next week, we're going to start off fresh. We're going to get in the routine. I'm going to do my workouts. I'm going to slay it at work. And then today, Monday morning rolls around. My alarm goes off and I'm like, deep breath. No, I'm not getting out of bed right now.
Snooze. 10 more minutes.
Snooze. No, this is a bad thing. I didn't even snooze. I just sat there on my phone.
Oh,
and I turned it off. That's the last. Yeah, I just like started replying to clients and comments and started watching shorts and reels and stuff. And
that's the shortcut, right? Doing your work while you're in bed.
Yeah.
Because my husband will come in and be like, okay, it's been an hour since your alarm clock went off. And I'm like, I've been answering emails. I'm getting things done. I'm not ready and I haven't brushed my teeth, but they don't know that.
They don't. They have no idea.
Yep.
Unless you're like me and you just post random pictures all the time. Because I have definitely done that, like still laying in bed. It's 10.
You can't let them know.
No. But yeah, it is easier that way. And for us, we have those types of jobs that we can work from home if we want or need to. I say want. It's mostly once.
Yeah.
I never really need to work from home unless one of the kids are sick and we're not at that point yet. So it is nice to be able to do that, but it's also very distracting because I know as soon as I pick my phone up, because real estate doesn't stop, I have people that are coming from across the country and world even, and so I will wake up to texts and emails and missed phone calls, and so my mind immediately goes into work mode. And that's why we're exhausted, right? It's not, oh, let me just get a cup of coffee, let me just go ahead and mosey about my day and get ready in my own time. No, I'm already responding to work. I'm already responding to play dates, and the kids are asking me where this is and where that is, and one of them's not even up yet.
It's just so much in the morning time, especially, and you're already exhausted by 9 a.m. when you drop them off.
Yeah. Because you've already been at it for 3 hours.
Yeah.
You've already been working and emotionally drained for 3 hours.
Yes.
And expect to keep that going throughout the entire day. And I don't know about anyone else. My kids don't go to bed until 8:30.
Mm-hmm.
We're talking 15-hour days.
Yeah. Mine are about 8:30. That's when we get up off the couch or whatever we're doing and getting ready for bed. And my kids are self-sufficient enough now. Like there's some times where I have to help Sam maybe a little bit, but for the most part, I'm a super organized mom, so I have checklists literally posted on all the walls in our house.
You do. It is chaotic. She has like a CPR one.
Okay, I have a daughter that likes to babysit, and I'm not going to just leave her with nothing. She can read, so. But yes, there are checklists, and there's some by their doors so that they know they don't have to run downstairs to check it, Like, so, yeah, we have them everywhere. But it helps. It really, really helps me. It just takes something off of my plate.
Yeah.
So a little mom hack there.
I remember yes, it is a mom hack because remember last year I was like nearly in tears because every morning it was just chaos because I'm like, you guys do the same thing every morning. You get up, you get dressed, brush your teeth, get your book bag together, and then eat breakfast. And if you have spare time, you get to watch cartoons.
Yep.
And like, it's the same thing every morning. But every morning, nobody was actually following through with it, or they would skip something. And you went about printing them off yourself and bringing them to me like,
Like you go. Them on all over Emily's house.
Yeah, like tape everywhere.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, it works. And Julius actually ended up adding his own things on there. I don't know if you remember that, like feed his leopard gecko and do his Duolingo because he's trying to learn Japanese. And so he ended up adding that to his own checklist.
The kids love it. Yeah. And I had to update it, Sam's, because he's getting older, so he has more responsibilities. And he has told me at least 4 times now that it's not updated enough for him. So I had Peyton help me write it out.
Getting this.
Yeah, but Peyton wrote her own checklist out for getting ready for cheer even, and that's posted up there now.
Yeah.
So the kids love it, and they like the reminder without mom having to, let's face it, yell at them to do the same thing every single morning. And it has made our mornings so much happier, so much happier. I love it.
Yeah, nobody wants to start their day off like bad.
No.
Including the kids, because I've definitely had those mornings where it's like mom guilt pretty heavy where I went off on the kids in the morning because of little things like that. I'm like, it's the same thing every day, you guys. Like, why are we messing this up? And then I'm crying and drop off. They're crying because mom's crying. And I'm like, I just feel awful that I was getting onto you. And it truly is that simple. Like, that's a good mom hack right there, is to have that checklist. And however you want to do, if you want to do stars or a dry erase marker or whatever to check off that they did everything before they go on to the next thing, like, that's genius.
And what I have is not fancy. I literally typed it up on a Word document or whatever you use and print it out. It's not cute. It's not fancy. It's not a pretty board that I made,
If you're artistic, go and make it that way.
But if you're not, that's okay too. If your kids can read, if they can't, Sam has just little pictures that I stole off the internet. So there are no excuses. You can create a checklist for your child and have your mornings be easier, because there's nothing worse than dropping your kids off and driving away with mom guilt.
Yes.
And knowing you have 8 hours until you get to rectify that is just heartbreaking.
It is. It's really sad. And and especially on a Monday morning, like, you're setting the tone for the week even. And for yourself, for the kids. Now, they rebound a little quicker than we do at this point, but it still doesn't feel any better. And to that point of like the pictures and stuff, because when you made that checklist, again, little thing that I was freaking out about, because apparently I'm a perfectionist and don't even really realize it, because I really shouldn't care that much, but I do. JJ putting his clothes away, like that's their responsibility. I will put it in the washer and dryer, but you need to fold it and put it away.
Yep.
And he was putting everything in random drawers. And I'm like, no, there is a drawer for each thing. So here I am, like, drawing out pants and underwear because he can't read yet.
The drawers,
all the drawers, yeah.
But you want to know what? I feel like that's a good system to be teaching your child. It's not really perfectionism.
Yeah.
So don't be hard on yourself if that's the way you are. Like, because then your child's coming to you saying, I don't have any underwear. Well, you do. You just haven't put it away the right way, right? And I'm not going to buy you more underwear because you lost all of them because they're shoved behind your dresser or underneath all of your socks or whatever, So, no, I don't think that's you being a perfectionist or anybody really. It's just a good habit to be teaching your kids.
I do know, and I know other moms do, is that you're just kind of hard on yourself because you want your house to be perfect all the time.
Yeah.
You want it to be clean and decluttered. And I know I don't like the aesthetic of all these checklists and stuff, but at the same time, it just makes your life so much easier and the family happy.
Yes,
when you're
I
not
had to
yelling
get
at
over that
each other.
too, because really the rest of my house, and I like decorating, I like doing all the things, but the kitchen, I used to have this OCD thing where nothing could be on the counters and it just had to be, nice. I was like when my kids were young before I had kids.
Yeah.
But now knowing that I'm not going to have the mom guilt in 30 minutes when I drop them off is worth so much more than having things hanging up all over my fridge or whatever it is, and it kind of feels lived in then too.
It does feel homier.
It does.
I will say.
Yeah.
It's not like a showroom.
And it's a icebreaker a little bit when you have people over. Everybody comes over and reads all of my checklists, my meal plan.
Your meal plan. We, as friends, even still make fun of you because we'll be sitting there at your
Whatever.
and I'll be looking at her fridge and I'm just going down. I'm like, oh, we're doing takeout on Thursday.
Everyone's coming to Molly's.
Everyone's coming to Molly. She's getting pizza.
Yes, it seems over the top organized, but it makes my life easier. So
I can't even say anything because I was making fun of you in the nicest way possible, but like making fun of you for it. And then I went and bought my own acrylic thing to go on the fridge and start writing it out. And the kids loved it. They were coming home being like, what are we having for dinner? And they'd go and look and like, they'd get excited because it's something they like, or maybe it's something they don't like, and they would already be asking me like, can I substitute this?
Yes, I actually got another one for this year and it's just for lunches for school, because my kids don't always like the school lunch, and I don't blame them, right? But I'm like, you're going to have to help me out a little bit then. Mm-hmm. So I write what the school lunch is going to be and other things that they could have on it. And that has taken school lunch off of my plate every single day without complaining about, hey, I don't like school lunch. Like, you can pack these things. They're in the fridge, pantry, whatever. They still get to choose, and they get a little bit of freedom. And it's
smart.
So helpful.
Yeah, it's those little things and it's just taking time to get the things to do it, or typing it out, because I know for the longest I'm like, I know this is what I need to do, or it would help, but I just didn't take the time out. And that's bad on me, right? Like, I wasn't prioritizing it because I thought work was more important, or, it's just, this morning went smooth, so we should be fine. And then the next morning goes awful, and you're like, oh, like kicking yourself in the ass. Yeah, like what? Same thing with like, why did I sleep in? I always wake up and not sleep in, but lay in bed and not go do what I know I need to do. Yeah. Like, then you end up regretting it later, and you're wishing that you would have done it because you would feel better. And today I actually did end up doing that. Like, I laid there in bed and worked for a little bit, but once I got the kids dropped off, I was like, I know I'm just going to be more productive today and feel better about myself if I work out. And I didn't even change. I still had my pajamas on. Matter of fact, TMI, I took my pants off. I was just in my underwear. And I had people out back trimming the trees, and I'm like, they can't see me. Like, the blinds are shut and everything. But he ended up texting me like, hey, can you come out here to take a look at something? And I was like, oh, probably should put my pants back on. But I did it, though. I got it done, and I felt better about myself, and I didn't get my pajama pants dirty. And I just felt so much better. And I'm like, gosh, if only I had done this like 2.5, 3 hours ago, like, I wouldn't be dealing with this right now.
Yes, I do that all the time, because if I have to take the time to get up and change or something, I'm just going to distract myself, and it's pushing it off even longer. And just going back to how you don't have to have something fancy to be productive. I am not going to put a bra on. I am not going to change my clothes. I am going to do a workout on the floor in front of my bed. Yeah. And just get it done, because otherwise I won't, or it's not going to be what I want it to be. Yeah. Because I put it off for too long.
Yeah. And that's exactly it. I had no bra on. Literally my pajamas. My hair was still down. This is the same cloth I used earlier. My hair is still in the same position, actually, from when I worked out. But you know what? It got done. It was not glamorous. Nobody else saw. My husband's gone. Kids are gone. It's just me. Like, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Sorry. But I don't give a toot. But yeah, it's just, and I think that's something too, like work-life balance is just getting ready for the day. Even if you plan on working from home that day, or you're a stay-at-home mom, miss those days actually. Maybe I don't. I don't know.
It's hard to decide.
Grass is always
Yes,
greener.
it is.
But like, even if you're a stay-at-home mom or you work from home, like just getting up and getting ready for the day makes me way more productive. And I know we've talked about this before and how it also makes you feel more productive, because if you need to get up to go do something, if you need to leave the house for something, you're not going to be like putting it off because you're already ready.
Yep. Yeah, and it makes you, even if you are late for something, which let's face it, that happens
Always.
more often than I want it to.
Always.
But you're ready to go, and you don't.
Yeah.
Even though you're late, it's okay because you could just pick up your stuff and get out the door. You don't have to go get ready to be late.
Or go and not be ready, and then you're self-conscious the entire time because you're like, oh my God, I look like...
Yeah, this is not good.
This is not good at all. And I despise that feeling. I do not like feeling... It's not that I'm always put together, but it's just being dressed and smelling decent.
Yeah.
Smell check. No, but smelling decent and looking, even if it's like the, hey, I just got done working out look, but put together,
Yes. Yeah.
it's still better than just going out in your pajamas and your greasy hair, and I just don't feel good. I feel icky.
Yes. Like, yeah, whatever your comfortable level is.
Yeah.
Right?
That's so true.
Yeah, because some of us need more than others, or not need, I shouldn't say need. Some of us just want to feel a different way than, we're all different. We're all different. And me getting up with a messy bun and no mascara on, is not going to feel as comfortable as if I had brushed my hair out and put mascara on as I have a messy bun. But
that's a deal breaker for me to not. Oh, yeah, no, I cannot. It's got to be a minimum, like mascara and a little bit of blush and lips for me. My hair, I'm a dry shampoo queen. I use probably a can a week.
oh my God. I don't use that.
Only a week and a half, every 2 weeks, but I go through it pretty quickly because I do not want to wash my hair, and I do not like greasy hair. If I don't have volume and it's greasy,
Yeah.
kills the mood every single time.
Yeah, I think dry shampoo has saved a lot of moms' lives because
Yeah, I'm just like I learned about it so late.
me too.
Yeah.
It's just the best. It really saves time in the morning, and I just don't want to shower and wash my hair every single day.
No, me neither. That's why it's hard to work out.
Realistic.
That's why it's hard to work out for me.
It is.
And I know we've talked about this because I'm like, I need to work out. I know I want to work out, but it's just this afterwards I have to shower.
And yes, that's the only thing that gets me too. The only
Yeah.
I enjoy working out. It makes me feel good. I know all these things. And when I'm laying in bed, I'm just thinking, if I have to shower, I'm not going to make it today. Because it's not just showering.
Too much.
It's not. It's having to shave everywhere and washing all of this hair and then drying it and then putting your makeup on and then lotioning up
your skin routine.
everything.
Yeah, and we're in the desert. You have to put lotion on after you get out. So then it's just, it's a whole ritual that's not fun.
Just a lot.
It is a lot. But that's why now I do minimal workout. It's like, it's a good workout and I'll get a little bit of a sweat. But one hack, put a fan right in front of you the entire time you're working out. I have like a stand with a fan on it, and I take it wherever I'm working out at, I move it to where it is blowing directly on me. Okay, this is only if you're working out from home, I guess, because if you're working out at a gym,
Not going to just seal the
I guess take a fan with you. Maybe it'll help. Like you're like shoving it up in your boob.
ones.
Yeah, like the boob sweat, just having it right there. No, but if you're working out from home, if that's the only way that you can get it done, I know me, I don't have the time to drive, work out, come back, then get ready. I don't, unless I'm waking up at 4 a.m. and let's be honest, I can barely get up at 6 a.m.
We'll have wasted our money because it's not happening.
Yeah, so I do work out from home, and I will do it if need be, butt naked. It's less laundry. My fan can dry me. It's a lot easier. I'm just saying, mom hack. If you can swing it, go for it, because it makes it a lot easier. It really does. Because I had this conversation with my husband over and over again, because he's like this, he works out all the time and he does such a great job, and I'm like, and he's like, I know you want to, like, why don't you? And I'm like, this reason right here. I don't want to have to shower and lotion and shave and do all of these things. It's just a lot.
Yes.
but I do feel better when I do it. So I have worked ways around it.
Yeah, you figure it out.
Dry shampoo, body wipes. That's another
There you
one.
go. Never tried that.
I'm just giving you guys ideas at this point, okay? But all that to say, though, you got to work in what's a priority in your schedule.
Yeah, prioritize for sure.
Yes.
And if you have a partner that's that's helping you getting ready for the day, like sit down together and talk about it and have them be your accountability partner and talk about what's most important to both of you. Because let's face it, if you're parents, the morning time we just said is really, really hard. And to share that with somebody else, it makes it a lot easier for sure. Or at least allowing them to help wrangle the kids in a corner so that you can go work out or go do something.
Yeah.
If nothing gets done during that 15 minutes, that's fine. As long as the kids aren't bothering you, it makes you feel a lot better in the morning. So
yeah. And it goes back to not everything has to be perfect, right? Like it doesn't have to be this 2-hour workout for it to be productive and good. It doesn't have to be a perfect routine. If what you're doing is working, like as long as it works and everybody's happy and getting through the day, like that's a win in my book personally. And just realizing what to prioritize, because for me the longest, because I am a workaholic, like I was prioritizing work a lot over just doing these little simple steps that would make my work-life balance so much better. And you helped me with that tremendously. And you're a lot more like organized than I am. And so having somebody like that in your life is very beneficial, I will say.
yeah, it is. And anybody can do it, right? But if you can find somebody because everybody's different, like we've said, some people can't do the details, right? But we know that you probably have someone in your life that can do that, and you can ask them for some help to organize and prioritize the things in your life. So asking for help, another thing, like just
that we say on repeat. It is okay to ask for help. And if it's not okay, they're probably not somebody you want in your circle.
No, and that's
you don't want
blunt,
to you.
but it is the way that it is. So
yes.
Yeah.
And if you don't have anyone, like you got to just put yourself out there, and that's like the hardest thing to do, right? Is doing something that's out of your comfort zone. But if you want to have that support and you want to find your person, you got to do it. It's just you do. It's like a Nike slogan here, just do it. But it's true.
It's the secret sauce to a work-life balance. As a mom, anyway, I can't speak for anybody else outside of that, I guess. Right. But as a mom, that's the thing that has helped me the most, is finding a person or another family that's in a similar situation that you are. Yeah. And just saying, hey, how about we swap? Or how about you help me and then I'll help you, or whatever. It just makes your life so much easier.
It does. It really does. So I know is a few of the things that we keep saying over and over, but it's because it works. So I'm not saying we have it all together. No. But we certainly have seen each other grow and make these changes in our lives to make it easier. And we have people that come up to us all the time, like, how do you do it? Right. And that's why we started this, is because we know we're perfect families or anything, but we do know that we have done enough things to make change, and to where people ask us for help and how they can implement those things into their lives. And so why not share it? I'm not trying to hold secrets.
Yeah, for sure. And even if you're not a parent, like creating a checklist or working out in a certain way naked, or using a can of dry shampoo a week. Also that. Those are all things that you can implement in your life too, if you're feeling like it's a little bit crazy.
Make it easier. You know, it's we want to complicate things naturally because we want it to be a certain way or whatever, but really, like, just get down and simplify it. It makes life so much easier.
Yep, it sure does.
You want to wrap it up? I don't know what to say.
I don't either.
I think we said it all, and I think that's why.
Yep.
Well, we hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and we'll see you on the next one. If you like this episode, make sure to go watch our last episode on expectations versus reality by clicking here.